So this is just a filler update video, and to be entirely honest, and trust me, I don't expect anyone to watch all of these. I hardly ever watch my videos back. I feel like a complete asshat just being like, hi internet, my life is important, this is everything going on in my life. It's weird to have a whole channel that's me, and if I ever make this a job, like, that's just like some weird ass Truman show that I'm signing up for, you know? But I think if you volunteer for it and you stay entirely in control of your own Truman show, then it's okay. But I think it kind of goes south when you let your audience control you, though. And I think that fucking audience needs to make apology videos sometimes. But I mean, hey, I digress. I would like to take a minute just to suggest that you guys head on over to our subreddit. I always put it down below. I put my Instagram and the Reddit down below on the stuff. Anyway, it's more me. It's more me, but I feel like all my shit, it is more than me. It's just, I don't want this channel and everything, I don't want it to be me. I wanted it to be like eating disorders and dissecting them, and just like every time like I had an opinion that I was passionate about, I just like kind of wanted to talk about it with people. But of course I'm not a professional in any sense of the word, so I mean I have to speak from my experiences, but I mean still I feel like you guys share all of your shit too, and the Reddit is really cool and it's chill, and I just like to have like more discussions there also while I'm not posting videos, you know. Just one of my viewers made it. We just kind of talk shit that I talk about on my channel, and I think it would be cool if we just kept building it up and have discussions and make threads for like video topics or anything that you guys want to discuss, and you can ask me questions and I'll either answer your questions there or I'll make a video response. I'm very active there unless I get banned. I get banned on Reddit all the fucking time. And I feel like all my YouTube content stuff is way more organized there. And if that makes any sense, it's easier to hold the Q&A questions and stuff. We'll just see where it all goes. It's a lot more easier to kind of condense all my channel and the Diet Coke head stuff. I have to do so much social media shit for all of my, like, ho shit that it gets really overwhelming whenever I have to post all of the separate stuff for the Diet Coke head stuff, too. So it's been, like, it was really awesome of her to make that fucking Reddit. It's been really easy to manage it all there. And I would like to, like, eventually, like, of course, I'm still going to keep up with the Instagram and stuff. It's just, it's a lot harder to go from in between all of that stuff. I would just, it's better for me to have it all in one place as much as possible, you know? But yeah, anyway, I'm going to put that down below. I would like to thank the viewer. I'm not sure how she wants to be referred to as. I will give her credit as soon as she answers that question, but I really appreciate all the work and support that you have given me this whole time. That it's really awesome. Like, all the viewers and the support that I've gotten through this whole time, guys. It's been really awesome. But anyway, I've been getting better at updating all my social medias now that I no longer have a fucking 80-hour work week. And I'm really excited about all the projects that I can focus on this year. And I want to make the content that my channel deserves and that my viewers deserve. And my daughter and my work are the only things that I have to do, and I am fucking stoked. And I've really busted my ass to get here. And it's not like I'm making bank or anything. And I know that, like, sex work isn't for everybody, but I mean, fuck. Working for myself, it's the best thing that I've ever done. I love having nobody to answer to, you know? It's, my first month in, like, 2 or 3 years of not working a 65 to 80 hour work week, so I'm still adjusting to a schedule, and I'm shit at that, but I'll figure it out. All my shit will get there when it gets there. And, I wanted to make an eating disorder video, but I've been getting more and more nervous about, like, what's okay to say and not say, and, yeah, it's just, when I originally started this channel, the entire idea was to just do a food diary, like of what I eat in a day. And it was just going to be like an eating disorder thing that was never really meant to be anything but like an underground hobby channel. That I was just going to do in my free time. And then but instead of starting doing that, I started with that pro ED is gone rant, and some people liked it, so I just like I took off in that direction. But it was only supposed to like I only wanted to talk to people that were like me. And I had separate channels in the past with my music and stuff, but this one was the only one that gained any kind of traction. So eventually I deleted my separate one and just decided, I decided to show my face here instead. And I don't know, I think generally I'm kind of scared of people, and I think I do everything I can to keep a barrier in between me and most people. So it was just pretty intense when I got people who didn't have eating disorders. Like the Richie Edwards people happened. And I can't remember if that was the first one or if Shani was the first one. They were both an accident though. I had like 100 subscribers and I thought 10 people would see it. And I wasn't putting any thought into anything I did. Obviously, the fucking obviously I wasn't thinking about anything I did. And the Richie Edwards one got like fucking like 3,000 views or something. And I made a video response and I apologized because I'm really sorry that everyone saw this fucking video I made on a whim years and years ago. And I'm sorry that they bugged me about it to this fucking day. I didn't mean for that to happen. I don't care, and I have not changed as a person, but I regret the backlash. And I didn't change anything, and I didn't learn anything. But I should cover a Manic Street Preacher song. Be mad. I mean, I genuinely do appreciate that his life was tragic or whatever, but I mean, I can't break down and cry my heart out every time an asshole has a tragic life, you know? I mean, I might do a more serious video about my honest opinion of him one day if they don't fucking back down. I mean, that would be interesting, but I'm just sick of hearing about him. I mean, of course, I don't really think that, like, I don't think it's ever good if somebody dies. I don't really think that I was being facetious, but I mean, people don't think like that, you know? And I don't realize that people don't think like that, but I can't wait to get all the people that I accidentally piss off on this channel, because I will do it again. I'm always pissing people off, and usually I don't know what I did. I mean, sometimes I do, but I mean, like, Shani crying about me calling her a cunt. Like, I call all my friends a cunt. I call my cat a cunt. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't take anything seriously. So when I say it's good someone's dead, I don't expect people to take me seriously. I thought that somebody had met a facetious person before. I forget how sensitive people are, but I just don't think about shit like that. I don't consider thinking about that kind of a thing, just because I feel like the thing that pisses everyone off is random to me. And sometimes I do know, or like I've learned it, and but I'll do it anyway, or like I'll weigh the pros and cons, and if I think it's worth it. But usually I don't know the laws to pissing people off, so I just choose to stop giving a shit and just just kiss my ass. I don't care. I'm too tired to please everyone. But then we get into like all the food shit, and that's like a lot more difficult, because that doesn't just piss people off. That pisses people so much. That pisses people off so much that it threatens all this shit that I worked for, you know? And I feel like if I say that I'm not recovered, people are going to get upset with me and assume that that must mean that I'm advocating for eating disorders in some way. That isn't what I'm doing or saying. I just don't think that you can reverse an eating disorder. I don't think that we really understand them. I don't think that it's fair people tell you can't have friends, or you don't deserve friends or a relationship or a job or a YouTube channel, or you can't have like this normal life until you're like on board with recovery. But And then I don't think it's fair that these disordered people are on there and they're not really living their lives normally. I mean, like, they're just kind of fucked up and sick in a different way. And maybe they're healthier and they're not going to die, but I mean, they still got problems. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem, there's just like some kind of a disconnect here that it just doesn't seem fair, you know? And I think, but I don't think that it's fair to rip somebody's channel away just because they're not one of the good ones with their disorder, you know? And I think I'm on to something good with this channel, and I think I've built up something with a lot of potential. And if I keep respecting it and I put, you know, the effort into it that it deserves, then I think that the viewers that I have acquired, they deserve good content, and they're part of the content themselves, really. I mean, they contributed a lot to this content, the conversations and everything that goes on here. So, but I think one of the problems are that people really overreact and freak the fuck out when it comes to stuff like eating disorders or drug abuse. Like, everything becomes a fucking dare class. Like, remember dare when, like, the drug, like, whenever they tried to tell you not to do drugs, and then a police officer would come and tell you, don't inhale computer duster because that will get you high, and then you go home and you huff all your computer duster because you learned in school it got you high that day. That's kind of what recovery channels feel like to me. One of my commenters said that the channels like Elzani and Ro Mitchell are frustrating because they reinforce the idea that you can get over an eating disorder just by eating a sandwich. And I think that most people think they're as simple as being, you know, really insecure about your body and being pressured by society to be thin. But the thing is, eating disorders are very deep issues that are social, physiological, environmental, psychological, and genetic, and are so much more complicated than just eating. And it's really frustrating to sit here and try to tell people it's a mental illness, just like any other are, and people just act like it's a lifestyle choice or something. And I feel like whenever people start like these recovery challenges shit, it's like they're swapping out their eating disorder for a recovery disorder. So it feels like their new life, like if you so choose recovery, then it's recovery every fucking day then. And it just doesn't feel normal. Like, you don't get better, and it's not healthier, and it doesn't feel normal. And I don't want to be recovered for the rest of my fucking life. I don't want to be inspo bodpause. I don't want to have to focus on accepting myself and all the fucking time. I don't want to feel outrage or any type of way whenever I see weight loss products marketed to me. And I don't want to be affected emotionally by weight, body, or food, or any of that bullshit anymore. And it's like, nobody can tell me how to accomplish that. And I think less of myself for caring about shit like my appearance, or I used to think, I don't know, like, I kind of feel like nothing has been accomplished aside from reinforcing this archaic idea that insecurities, vanities, and attention-seeking are the only factors that drive eating disorders, and that fixing them is as simple as eating again, like one of my commenters said. And I got to my lowest weight 2 years ago and gained 20 pounds when I started binging and purging all day. And everyone was like, oh my God, you look so much better. Good job. I'm so glad you're healthy now. And I was like, yeah, cool. No, thanks. But so I just feel like it's all misrepresentative, you know? And I'm concerned that it may be even more damaging for the creators in the long run, just because, like, I don't really think that you can ever fully get away from your eating disorder if your job is your eating disorder. Well, you know, like, what am I doing? But when people freaked out and shoved Eugenia in a mental hospital and then just got frustrated and mad at her and bullied her for not changing, just none of that works. And I feel like we should all be asking ourselves, like, why do we keep doing what's not working? And that the audience needs to keep their behavior just as much in check as the creators do. And when it comes to Eugenia and people like her, I think that we really need to appreciate her condition, and that she doesn't think like everyone else when it comes to how she perceives herself and her situation, and that she genuinely does live in a different reality than other people. I'm not saying to coddle her. I'm not saying to I'm just saying don't tell her she's a fucking murderer. Don't tell her she's killing people because she has a problem. Don't make up outrageous lies about her to further your agenda. No one's out there making people's disorders worse. I don't really think triggers do that at all. I think people misunderstand triggers. If anything, just use trigger content to identify whether you or your friend are struggling or not, and get the fuck over it. I mean, my problem gets worse when shit goes south in my personal life, not whenever I see Eugenia or Shani or anyone the fuck else. And whenever I talk to Shani or someone about being triggering, I'm not saying she's evil for being triggering. I know I have triggering content, but I don't pretend I don't. And I mean, fuck triggers. You know what triggers people? Genetics and trauma. I'm not saying cancel Shani because she's triggering. I'm saying she's a fucking hypocrite for calling Eugenia triggering. Every time she responds to me, she says that, why am I attacking her? She says, why am I attacking her for being triggering? I'm not attacking her for her triggering content. I really just think it was fucked up to try to cancel Eugenia way back then. I know she's not doing that anymore, but way back whenever this started, that's what that was all about. If she wanted Eugenia to get the fuck off the internet, then she fucking had to. I mean, that's how I feel about all of the eating disorder people telling Eugenia to get off the internet. Like, you can't talk about it online without triggering people, period. But anyway, who fucking cares? You get eating disorders from shit that goes down on your life, not internet strangers, and it's insulting to suggest otherwise. And it's like they said on Scream, movies don't make killers, they just make them more creative. Anyway, I'll have more videos later that are better. Anyway, no, I won't. Bye.